On a cold Minneapolis night, a sea of small flames flickered against the darkness. Thousands of people gathered on Portland Avenue, their faces illuminated by the soft, warm glow of candlelight. Portland Avenue, the block filled with candlelight. Faces lit by warm candle glow, quiet and reflective. They stood shoulder to shoulder, a silent, somber crowd. The air was thick with a shared sorrow, punctuated by the soft murmur of voices repeating a single name. Renee Nicole Good. They came to remember a life that was suddenly, violently extinguished on the very street where they now stood. The makeshift memorial grew with each passing hour. People gently placed bouquets of flowers on the frozen curb, handwritten poems, heartfelt notes, messages of love and loss for a woman many had never met. They were drawn here not just by a personal connection, but by the profound sense of a tragedy that felt both personal and national. They came to ask a question that hung heavy in the frigid air. Why did this happen? Why here? Why to her? The light from the countless candles seemed to move like a gentle tide. Signs held aloft carried simple, poignant messages. Some read, "Justice for Renee." Others simply said, "Remember." The gathering was more than a vigil. It was a quiet protest, a collective demand for answers and accountability. Before her name became a headline, Renee Nicole Good was a poet. She found beauty and meaning in the careful arrangement of words. She used language to explore the world and to connect with others. Her writing was praised for depth and honesty. In 2020, she won the Academy of American Poets Prize at Old Dominion University for On Learning to Dissect Fetal Pigs. A difficult experience, told with rare courage. She held an English degree from Old Dominion University, a lifelong passion for literature and storytelling. Those who knew her said she didn't just write words, she lived by them. She was 37 years old. More importantly, she was a mother. She had 3 children. Her world revolved around them. She had recently moved to Minneapolis with her partner and her 6-year-old son. They were building a life she loved. Renee was also a neighbor. She believed in community and cared for those around her, especially the most vulnerable. She was known as a source of support for immigrant neighbors. Her mother, Donna Ganger, called her one of the kindest people she'd ever known. Friends said she was pure sunshine, loving, forgiving, affectionate, a poet, a friend, and a steady hand when others needed help. The morning of January 7th, 2026 began like any other winter day in Minneapolis. But it would end in tragedy. Renee Good was driving her SUV on Portland Avenue, a residential street lined with homes and parked cars. Nearby, federal agents, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, were conducting a massive operation, part of a sweep that sent 2,000 agents to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The heavy presence created palpable tension. Activists and residents were on high alert, monitoring. Renee was driving home with her partner after taking her son to school. What happened next was captured in a short, shaky video clip that would soon spread across the globe. The footage shows federal officers surrounding a dark-colored SUV. One officer attempts to open the driver's side door, but it's closed. The vehicle moves in reverse for a few feet, before lurching forward. In that instant, the sharp, distinct sound of multiple gunshots rings out. The SUV continues to move for a moment, before crashing into a parked car, its momentum finally spent. Inside, Renee Nicole Good had been shot in the head. She died instantly. The raw footage, only seconds long, provided a horrifying but incomplete glimpse of her final moments. It did not capture the full context, the words exchanged, or the specific actions that led the officer to draw his weapon. An eyewitness just feet away described the immediate aftermath. Renee's head lulled back against the headrest, blood visible. The car, now without a conscious driver, rolled forward and collided with a parked car. Sirens wailed as local units rushed in, only to find a scene under federal control. The street was quickly cordoned off by the very agents involved. For hours, neighbors watched as investigators began their work, the start of a story told in 2 sharply conflicting versions. The official story came from federal authorities. The Department of Homeland Security called it self-defense. According to their account, the agent feared for his life. They claimed Renee was weaponizing her vehicle, attempting to run an agent over, leaving no choice but lethal force. a professional acting under duress. But family members, eyewitnesses, and local officials told a different story. Chaotic, frightening, not deliberate aggression. A witness said the SUV lurched only after an officer aggressively tried the driver's door, suggesting panic, not malice. After shots, she lost control. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Free disputed the federal narrative after viewing the video, stating, "Having seen the video, I want to tell everybody directly that is bullshit." He demanded ICE leave the city. Attorney General Keith Ellison said Renee was a compassionate neighbor acting as a legal observer, not a threat. The public was left between two stories, unsure what to believe. The video showed the what, but not the why. A painful void where truth should be. Meanwhile, the candles kept burning for a mother, a poet, a neighbor, waiting for answers. With a U.S. citizen killed by a federal agent on a city street, calls for a transparent investigation were immediate. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension began work, as is standard for officer-involved deaths. Then, an unexpected turn. The FBI announced it was taking over the case. BCA Superintendent Drew Evans said the U.S. Attorney's Office reversed course, denying access to case materials, scene evidence, and interviews. The state was effectively shut out as the feds took control. Criticism was swift, from state leaders to residents demanding transparency. Now, the FBI and DOJ must assess video, witnesses, and agent statements, deciding if the shooting was lawful or criminal. But behind closed doors, trust is fragile. In the days after, Minneapolis was draped in grief and anger. The community's response was immediate, powerful, deeply personal. They sang, they prayed. Signs read, "Remember Renee," and "ICE out of Minneapolis." Mayor Frey's blunt dismissal of the federal narrative resonated with many. Governor Tim Walz placed the National Guard on standby to keep the peace. A fundraiser for her partner and 3 children surged, nearly $500,000 in days. Its message, Renee was pure sunshine, pure love. She will be desperately missed. Old Dominion's president mourned the 2020 English graduate, calling her killing yet another example of fear and violence becoming commonplace. As the story spread nationwide, Renee became a symbol in a deeply divided country. Some argued the agent made a split-second decision in a dangerous job. Others called it federal overreach and brutality, a compassionate neighbor killed while caring for her community. The short video replayed endlessly, analyzed, weaponized, and never conclusive. The poet, the mother, turned into a symbol. Today, the candles are cleared, but the questions burn brighter. What truly happened in the seconds before the shots? Was she an aggressor, or a panicked citizen who lost control? Why was the BCA denied access? Will the public see all the evidence? Will the FBI and DOJ provide a transparent, comprehensive accounting? Should large-scale operations proceed without local coordination? What does safety mean for a neighborhood like this? For now, a family navigates unimaginable grief. Children must grow up with memories of her kindness and love of poetry. Her family and her community deserve more than memories. They deserve the truth. As the nation waits, one question hangs over Minneapolis. When will there be answers and justice for Renee Nicole Good?